tonight, firstly to say congratulations to the minor All-Ireland champions of 1999. It will be the last champions of this year. They say to the players, on behalf of the training committee, a very big thank you for all the work you've put in, for the pleasure you've given all the people down and beyond. Again, Brendan has mentioned Sean O'Neill, and when Sean O'Neill says it was a brilliant game, who will I be to argue? The man who has done it all and has held in the high seas, and he is on the Millennium team from down. And I thank him for mentioning that. To management, and I
minor team management. It is my great honour and privilege to be here tonight. I suppose I can use two aspects of my current role in Commonwealth Class Wales. Firstly, as Lasser Tron, Commonwealth Class Wales, I think it's appropriate that I would congratulate the Down team, the management, and all those associated with the victory in Croke Park today. It was a magnificent victory by a magnificent group of young people with all the skills that we have come to expect from Down teams in All Ireland.
First of all, it's my great privilege. I'm proud to be a Down man here tonight. I can assure you that. Today was the ultimate aim. A dream come true. There's no doubt about that there. I just don't know how to express it. Well, it's emotion, elation, satisfaction. The bottom line is, these men are All Ireland champions here. I just don't know where to start to pay tribute to them. Everyone knew they were good athletes. It's skills in abundance. There's no doubt about that there. Nobody questioned her about it. But, you know, that's not enough to win an All-Ireland. There had to be a commitment. You know, there were training schedules. There were personal sacrifices. And above all, that desire to win that, wear that red and black jersey. And I can assure you, the future of Down football is healthy in the hands of these men here. There's no doubt about that there. These men will put Down on the map in years to come. There are 30 of them to the world. And when we selected our team, I was so sad that I couldn't please every one of them. You just can't. 15 into 30 doesn't go. And that's where there are a number of people. Not in Gaelic football. There were a lot of unlucky young men who I have great sympathy for and who were so essential to the success today. Because they were so essential in terms of the spur, in terms of the pressure they put on everybody else, and in terms of the options they created for us as a management. There were disappointments, there's no doubt about that there, and there have been disappointments along the line, but every one of them remained loyal. I have told them down along the last few months, if they were in any other county in Ireland, they would be on their county team, and that proves the strength that we have within our panel. I would say to each and every one of them, if I have personally offended any of you in terms of not being selected or not maybe getting your opportunity or whatever the case may be, there was nothing personal involved. Everything was done in the interest of Down. And I would ask you people here tonight to show your appreciation for the unlucky lads who weren't able to play their part today, but who were so much part of our success today. We silently set our stall out on the sand dunes in Newcastle way back last year. And poor John Clark, he had nightmares. Our immediate objective was to win the Ulster Championship. We got that. Our ultimate dream was today. And I sincerely congratulate each and every one of you. You're worthy All-Ireland champions, boys, and enjoy every minute of it. Just like the previous speakers, there are numerous people I need to thank on your behalf. Number one, our sponsor, Hugh Morgan. As Kevin Morgan pointed out, he's Norman. I don't think he's Norman man now. He's a down man now. We've brought him all Ireland. We thank you for your generosity. Because without your generosity, we wouldn't be chilled out the way we are tonight. Thank you sincerely. I thank our county committee, and I hope our county committee are not offended if I single out 2 or 3 people, because these are the people I have personally been working with directly. I thank our county chairman, Kevin Bell, our secretary, Brian McAvoy, and our treasurer, Hugh John Harper. They do Trojan work. People don't understand what they do. Thank you very much, Kevin.
All after them, I'm enjoying. You know, Joe Bonner. I don't know much about the and that, but I hope it's all legal and everything that Eamon was doing, so if Eamon know where else is. Eamon from Strabane, yesterday Eamon from Castletown, Jerry Dodd.
He knew how to read a game and knew how to win a game. It was easy to see the father of the son we saw today, the captain of the Down Miners, Liam O'Doyle.
Taxi drivers is completely the whole of the championship. Thank you very much for that. All the things you mostly said tonight, and we're all champions.
Paddle up, Liam. Paddle up.
And the miners who participated right throughout this wonderful, exciting championship are the future of our association. And they are the players of the new millennium. And to those two teams who took the field yesterday, Mayo and Down, undoubtedly, as has been expressed in recent years, affirming the faith and belief that we had in the National Coaching Plan launched in 1992, and having maybe more of a personal involvement and appreciation of my near neighbours Mayo, and recognising the manner in which the schools of excellence, the development schools, are beginning to pay dividends. Yesterday we saw in Croke Park and right throughout this minor championship, the wonderful minor footballers, Mayo and Down, the wonderful minor footballers who participated in a great championship. We say sincerest gratitude to both of those teams, to Mayo and to Down, who indeed enlightened indeed our experience of football and the future of football this season. As I said in brief comments to the young Mayo lads last night, and assisted enormously by Ali Murphy's father Benny, who I met going into the function, but he reflected in 93 in the Meath's loss at minor level in 93, a short 6 years ago. 6 of those players that lost by 4 points to Cork are today All-Ireland champions, basking in the glory of All-Ireland victory. And in a few short years, I have no doubt, these young Mayo footballers, because of the dedication and commitment that I know they have, will themselves bring that long-awaited Sam Maguire back to their beloved green and red county of Mayo. Yesterday's victory for Down, apart from very much enhancing the experience and the enjoyment of the experience for our Uachtaráin, whom we have been delighted to welcome to many venues this year, holding a new status to our games, as we all recognise and appreciate. She and Martin enjoyed thoroughly the victory of Down. But you know, you can go out in the field on the largest stage and the highest stage of all and win. But to do so with style, right throughout the championship, is something very special indeed. And while it may be difficult for the Mayo lads to appreciate that, I think that they will recognise that they participated in an excellent game of football. So to Jerry Doherty, the Down officers, and Jerry, your management team, and most especially to those young Down players, the excellence of your play yesterday, sportsmanship, a great game with Mayo, we recognise that wonderful achievement, and you will undoubtedly receive an extraordinary welcome to Moore Country tonight. Cóvárte Café.
Uisla, on 9 previous occasions, Down teams as All-Ireland champions have made their way north. Their first stop was always in the frontier town of Newry, and rightly so, because your 4 clubs have given to this county service and players that is unequalled. Before I introduce the first speaker, would you again show your appreciation for the new Kings of Ireland Down Miners 1999? On here for the lovely souvenirs to give us here tonight. I'll keep it brief.
These are the men here who deserve all the accolades. These are the men who suffered on the sand dunes in Newcastle and the Forest Park in Castlewellan and in places like Newry and Casement Park and Cronus and then Crow Park. These men here are truly ambassadors for Down, because we were in the Burlington Hotel today and we looked at him, Cummaloo, Class Gale, Joe McDonough, and his tribute to these men said, "It's nice to win in All-Ireland," but he says it's far nicer to win it in style and to win it Down's way. And that's the way these boys done it yesterday. I'm getting lost here, but help me out. I think I'll wind up, because at the end of the day I could go on here talking about these men forever and ever, and I know we have a few more stops tonight, but I can't thank you people, the supporters of Down, for the tribute you've paid us here tonight and how you have followed us throughout Ulster and throughout the rest of Ireland. We couldn't have done it without that support, and tonight is testimony that the GAA is alive and kicking in Newry, and I can tell you something, that the GAA in Down is in a healthy state with these men to follow on. Go to me, Margaret.
Where's his father? Coming down to meet them. It's only a matter of getting out and walking them up.
Yeah, that'll do well, that'll do well.
Dedication
You never told us that was flat. It was wet. Shit all over it. Where's the button? Where's the button? Watch your head!
Stay over here, Turner. Stay over here.
Mr. Chairman, members of the county board, players, and you the supporters of Down. It's a great privilege and an honour for me to be here on this momentous occasion to welcome our minor team, now All-Ireland champions. Indeed, Sunday was a day we all remember. Their display on the field of play was brilliant. Every player gave of his best. And our supporters You give them everything, not just on Sunday, but all through the campaign. I congratulate every member of the party. I put it together. I'm not forgetting our neighbours. Gary O'Kane, O'Hare from Kilcoot.
Hello? Hello?
Two, Gary Doherty. Gary is our manager.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you something.
I'll give you a ring back. I want to see what's happening once they finish here. It's supposed to be finishing here now. So,
Gary,
right,
I
what's
was
your...
reading in the paper during the week.
Probably going to catch on. Yeah. I'll give you a ring, but it goes back. Cheers. Right.
Singing from the same song sheet.
John Mayer. How's John Mayer?
Well, they certainly took the right notes yesterday. Played a good tune.
I think they're going to leave it.
And led me on a merry dance. Prepared the team for the final. Our medical team, Dr. Walsh and Nurse Margaret King. You all fit. Big Joe. The 94 All-Ireland champions, here I am tonight, working in front of the 99 champions. And 94. Well, you the words of the great patriot in the House of Down. You fought well. You won. You won to the honour and glory of God. The chairman of the county board, Gavin.
We've had a great reception here, a great reception in a bridge and a hotel. So I have to say, this is by far the biggest. A great pleasure for me to be here. As maybe some of you know, some of you don't. This is my second home, and I would say in this little town half of the week, every week, for the GA commitment. Can I say to you people, the GA supporters of Down, a very big thank you for the way in which you've supported this team and the other teams. This has been an absolutely excellent team, excellently prepared by a wonderful group of people, led by your own chairman, Tony Doherty. One who has said everything I thought was about to start called bingo, but thank God he didn't. But can I say, in my time since I started working with Jerry Doherty, I found him to be one of the best men I've ever worked with. And can I say, it was considered the easiest man to get on with. It has been great for the players and the backroom team. You have three Castletown lads here. You have Big Joe, I don't know really. I was concerned for Joe because all I ever see doing is rubbing people's legs. And I wonder at the stage where the bad press here and there, Joe was always doing this. But I can tell you he does a wonderful job, as does another member of the squad from this town, Nurse Margaret King. A very big thank you to
our medical expert, Dr. Martin Walter, who has been not only with this team, but with many teams over the years. From your own Jerry Doherty. On Sunday, when they won the All-Ireland, it was their 76th time together this year in preparation for this event. I think none of you will have been aware of there's so much work was in it. And I, on behalf of the Down County Board, thank the squad sincerely, and also by ending and say thank one and all for the generous support you give for a meeting like this event.
A man that was colossus on the field yesterday, our captain, Liam Doyle.
Many people forget that this is a 30-man strong panel. There's those few that are not lucky enough to make it in the first 15. There's no reflection on them. There's men sitting along the sideline that get on any team in Ireland. So we must give them players gratitude for the work they've put in throughout the year as well. Many people don't know the work that goes into preparing a Down minor team. The management team of Barry Green, Ian O'Hare, Jerry Doherty, Martin Farnham, even with their families at time to come out and prepare us for the championship. When we beat Auckland, we got much criticism, maybe a bad performance, but after that game, Jerry Doherty says if we put the effort in, we'll win the All-Ireland, and he's right. Lastly, I'd like to thank you, the supporters, for following us all through the championship. At the start of the championship, you seen the potential in this team, and you give us a great lift throughout the championship. Thanks a lot.
Tom Lynn, I know you will lead this team to greater glory. Maybe next year or the year after we'll be welcoming back Sean Maguire, and maybe they'll be members of it. Well, our chairman, you know, as the manager, Jerry Doherty. Well, there was one day I was coming across the square here one day. I saw the boys all coming up, and I'm telling you, they were moving. They were heading for the hills. Now, what way was Jerry coming? On the bike. On the bike. Well, Jerry, get on your bike, come on over here and say a few words.
I just feel so humble to be standing here tonight. I just can't believe the reception here. It's just magnificent it is, and I just feel so humble standing up here tonight. But the important thing is, I mean, the applause shouldn't be for me, the applause are for these men here. These are the men that soldiered through it all. These are the boys that gave up, as Johnny said, their 76 days of their life in the interest of Down football. There was a lot of hard work done. We were on the sand dunes in Newcastle, we were in the Forest Park, we had to go to Newry, Casement Park, Clonus, Pro Park. And in the end, these fellas are worthy All-Ireland minor champions. I could single out players for the rest of the night here. It doesn't matter whether it was number 1 or number 30 on our list. They were all equally important. They all played a part in it.
They all were part of the spirit of the team. They created options and they kept pressure on all the rest of them. And what I would say is there were 15 fellows in Croke Park yesterday, probably got all the glory. But you see the other 15, they were equally as important. And I could ask you there, the situation for the other 15. You couldn't do a job like this on your own, and all the people have been mentioned tonight, and repeating today of what has been said already, I feel I have to do it. We had backup people, there were the medical people, Dr. Walsh and Margaret King, there was Kenny Daly, our liaison officer, there was Joe Bonnet, who is just unbelievable in terms of his commitment he gives to the Down cause. Joe's been with me since 1990. He's given a lot of hours to Down football. Joe Bonnet is a full down. I would also like, on this occasion here, to thank a number of people. I had the opportunity of doing it last night, but not in front of such a big crowd. We had a tremendous sponsor this year. Morgan Fuels put their money where their mouth was, and we promised that we would deliver. All this gear these boys have here is courtesy of Morgan Fuels. So if I can give a plug for Morgan Fuels. On behalf of the boys, I'd also like to pay tribute to our county board who supported us through thick and thin. No matter what we asked for, they were all courteous to us, and we always seemed to get what we were asking for. There were 3 of the officers whom I had direct contact with on numerous occasions. There was the treasurer, John Harper, the Rooney, Brian Hammerboy, and of course, Mr. Gentleman himself, the county chairman, Kevin Bell. It was a pleasure to work with you. I got a bit like Brian McGuigan, but I point out to my colleagues, team members, this was not a one-man show, I can assure you. We were a team behind a team. And Eamon O'Hare from St. Peter's Club and Warren Point has been involved in all aspects of coaching and is heavily involved in his own club. Eamon sacrificed a lot in the interest of Down, and to Carl on for allowing him all that time to Eamon. Thank you very much. Barry brings the baby of the team. Barry joined us 2 years ago, and what an asset. A man with 2 All-Ireland medals, and you know, he was able to tell these boys things that some of the places where we hadn't been. He had the experience, he had done it all before, and we really appreciate you, Barry. And to Sarah, Barry, thank you very much. I told this story last night, so I hope he doesn't mind me telling it again. Martin Farn came on board 5 years ago with me, and we happened to be in a certain hospital one night, and Peter Hamill was overheard saying, Jesus, Doherty and Farn, the big bullies now, didn't know these things like that. Because I can remember the championship final in 1982, Martin Farn was full back, and that particular day we were number 14. Martin Farn was man of the match to show you how well I played. The only thing I told him was, Martin, you're man of the match, I have the championship title. I think you're fed up listening to the speeches. I'll round it off by again saying that this was probably the best group of fellas that we have ever worked with. Nothing was too great for them. If we had asked them to climb a telegraph pole and told them that was part and parcel of the preparation, I think they'd have attempted to do it. They never questioned anything. They were so loyal, and in the end, they've got just reward. We were in the Burlington Hotel today at a reception for all 4 teams. And I've told this story in Newry and the Mayo Bridge in Helltown tonight. So I'll tell it again here, and I'll wind it up by saying, Brooks on Commodore Garsteel, Joe McDonough said, it's brilliant to win an Ireland minor title.
but he says it's even better to win it in style and to win it the way Down won it yesterday. These boys deserve everything. They're 1999 for Iron Minor champions.
I suppose we all listen to the radio, watch on television, read the newspapers where they said that Meath was the team of the packet. Do you believe that? But ladies and gentlemen, Leitrim have known some wonderful nights, they've experienced some wonderful years, but tonight I think caps it all. It's a magnificent achievement to have a player on any county team, but to have your player as the captain, ladies and gentlemen, Liam Doyle.
It's going to be short and sweet. I'd like to start off by thanking one club, Leitrim Fontenoys, for the support they've given all through the championship campaign. I know everybody's been behind me. I wish me the best luck. And without that support, maybe, and without the support of all the clubs throughout Down, maybe we wouldn't be here today. So thanks a lot. A very important part of winning the championship is the backing you have behind you. And I'd like to thank you supporters, not only for supporting us throughout the championship, but for turning up the night, not only in Leitrim, but in Newry and Hilltown and Mayo Bridge. Thanks very much. This year we were lucky enough to have 4 or 5 great men behind us: Eamon O'Hare, Barry Breeden, Martin Farnham and Jerry Doherty. Without them men, we wouldn't be here today. And Joe Bannon, put him on. They've worked hard. Unbelievable the sacrifices they've made. They've cancelled holidays and that, and maybe getting abuse from their families and that. But credit to all the team's families and that for backing them the whole way. Most of the thank yous have been done all night, and I think I'll score up 10 thanks for...
Final at Croke Park, 114 to 14 points. For the first time in 12 years, a Tom Markham Cup was paraded in Marcus Square to the delight of the supporters. The Canal Court Hotel was the first stop for the team as they embarked on a tour of the county. Liam Doyle was privileged to captain the winning side, and he believes the replays helped their competitive edge in those last 10 minutes.
The 2 extra games, like, they're better than any training session, you know. I think the draw in the Ulster final, like, was the making of this team, you know. Give us great lift, or give us great confidence going out in the replay, you know, and it showed us that winning All Ireland wouldn't be easy.
How did you feel lifting the cup?
Oh, it was a good feeling, you know. It was us for the whole of the county, you know. We knew that everybody was behind us.
Goal scorer of the match, Brendan Coulter, gave us an insight into the half-time team talk. What had Jerry been saying to you and all the lads, you know, prior to the kick-off?
At half time he was down on his knees, so he was praying this, and he was saying, please bring the cup back. So we went out at half time. That's what we done.
At last, Jerry's prayers were answered, and after much disappointment over the years and 7 competitive matches in this contest, it's sometimes too hard to believe. Is it now beginning to sink in?
Yes and no. As I was saying to someone else earlier on, it's sometimes a bit like Christmas there, you know. There's a big build up to it and the preparation, and it's the same for an All-Ireland final. There's a lot of preparation and hard work went into it, and the actual day and the occasion itself can pass you by. But at the end of the day, whenever you see your captain going up and lifting the Tom Markham Cup, you know you've won the All-Ireland.
Peter McGrath built on the minor success of 1987, and the Sam Maguire made its way to the county in 91 and 94. Barry Breen, part of the glorious past, is now looking to a bright future.
I never thought I would be involved in an All-Ireland final, 3 All-Ireland finals in a decade. And today, or yesterday, those boys that played and the whole panel were a credit to themselves and their families and the county. And it brought back the good old days, and hopefully...
I always got it. Here. Should be followed by the rest of the team anytime you want, lads. Here, I don't know who is that, we don't know. Miss Karen Bell, Dr. Walsh. Dr. Walsh. Miss Margaret King, Jerry Doherty, Alina, I don't know. Somebody else, I don't know. And he is not fun.
You bring your mother with you, no?
Yeah, but now you have to be nice to them. PJ.
Around to the left there.
That door to meet you all. I see people have cameras. No problem taking photographs. And what we try and do is get a good photograph after the president has met you all. We try and, I know there's a lot of you there, but we normally put 3 seats here and we'll arrange it. So if anybody has cameras, they can give them to us and we'll do the honours and take a photograph for you. So when she comes through, she say a few words and she go around everybody and meet you individually. You can just introduce yourself as you go along, okay? Now, she won't pose for individual photographs, so don't ask her to pose for photographs, or autographs, for that matter. And you just address her as president, basically, okay? So, anybody any questions? No? you're all very quiet. Probably the quietest you've been in a long time. Okay, everybody. Grand job.
It's okay if I film.
Yeah, that's no problem. Feel free. There's no problem. You can take photographs at random as she goes along.
Okay, is that okay? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't that oh, she is. Oh, did you see the wee water thing? The wee water fountain? Should I stop this until she comes? Or?
Have you taken everybody? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have to take a walk around now. We don't know, so I'm going around with
Yeah, I should go
whatever
around.
whatever she is. Oh, see, the light. Here's the light. Here's there.
It's good to see you all here. How are you doing? You caught with the entourage from Nelson Mandela's group. He was just here in front of you, so I thought you might have been called. It's great. You're very, very welcome. I'll get our chance to get around and just say hello to everybody. It's good to see you. Do you want a wee bit of sunshine? What are you doing? Right, say hello. How are you? You're very, very welcome. You're welcome. Nice to see you. How are you? You're most welcome. Let me have a look at the thing here. Get close up. Very unusual was that. Very special day. Very, very special. Thanks for giving us that day. How are you? You're welcome. How are you? How are you? Yes, very smart. You get the sound in here. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome here. Hi, Miriam. How are you? Welcome. Nice to see you. Marion. How are you? Nice to see you. You're very, very welcome. Here to get everybody. Hi, how are you? Evening, how are you? Okay. It's good to see you all here. That was some day out, wasn't it? Huh? You still basket. Are 7 available for next year, are there? Yeah, there are a few still being held back under the age barrier. Huh? Well, I wish you joy of it. I really do. What about the senior team this year?
Well,
Judgment reserved, isn't it? That's up for another big day out.
On behalf of the Down Party, that is to extend sincere gratitude to you for your kindness in inviting us here today. You know, while you're out around the country, we regard you as something more intimate than that, you know, as maybe one of the principal Down supporters that you've come in on occasions next to supporters, you know, and we just we appreciate very much your interest in the GA as a whole, and that, you know, you've written very eloquently on it, you know, that some very relevant points you've made, you know, that haven't been taken on board yet, but they will be considered.
We'll get there.
Due course, you know. And as you said, these lads here, they gave us all a great day, and we trust that this will be just the launch pad, and maybe in the few short years, you'll be receiving them back as All-Ireland seniors.
Wouldn't that be something?
Thank you very much again for your kindness.
You're more than welcome. And thanks also to all the people who make it happen. I think the GAA is a phenomenal organisation, just built on voluntary endeavour, you know. And it's only handed on from generation to generation because there are people who are willing to go out and do the work, drag themselves away from Coronation Street and EastEnders every night, go out to the out committee meetings, argue the toss, go out and strip out along with everybody else and do the training and organise it and plan and then motivate you, you know, and then motivate. So I think it's fantastic that there are people prepared to do it because it would be just so easy to walk away from it all, wouldn't it? You could get tired, you know, people do get tired, I'm sure, making the commitment week in, week out, year in, year out, but then you get a win, you see. That's always the lure, isn't it? Then you get the win, and that just drives you on for another generation. So, great teamwork, great partnership. Fantastic to see the cup here. I'm surprised it survived.
Another story. Had to revamp it.
I bet. We try and we're going to attempt to get everybody into a photograph, aren't we? The great thing about footballers is you can always get them easily into a photograph. You're so used to, you know, lining up for the team picture.
The easy management of these politicians.
That's a lot easier.
That was good. It was big.
Do you recognise this fellow? This is a common footballer now.
John, how are you doing?
Common footballer.
Nice to meet you. Missing your camp, that's quite all right.
That's right. Then we get all the lads. Come on up. Let's get you all lined up.
Everybody wants to just go behind. And back of your camera, can you leave down here? Come to your camera.
Thanks for that. Stephen, here, I'll get it. Stephen.
I want them to take one.
John. Are we...
See anything, no?
I know. Either going to get
Never know.
That's beautiful, that is.
Sean, you don't have a hand here, do you, John?
I'll go down again with you.
What?
I'll go down again with you.
To the bathroom?
Yeah.
Check one light's down right here. Is yours flashing in here? Is there enough light for yours? Yeah, no, mine, but
What is it?
A man called Nathaniel Clemens, and his job was actually, he was Deputy Vice Treasurer of Ireland, but he was also Chief Park Ranger, looking after the deer in the park. And he got the house and he built it, and it was a 3-roomed house, 3 rooms wide, and it was red bricked. And shortly after that he died, and it became vacant then until 1782, when the British government bought the house, and they paid £25,000 for the house, which was an awful lot of money back then. But there's 155 acres of ground surrounding the house itself. And it became known then as the Viceregal Lodge for the Lord Lieutenant. So this is where they actually lived.
Wait, no, if you can.
Yeah.
It's probably away. It's probably away.
So, well, listen here, no harm to anybody, but that was happy. So would I. I'm glad we went. Me, your first all up on this. That's some job, she.
I think the players done that for me today, Jerome. Everywhere we witnessed, but I've been told when you're involved in it, you don't see all these things, but I've been told it's been a very good game of football with all the skills available to everybody. As far as we were concerned, we knew Mayo were a very good team, and if they played the way they played against Cork, then we would have a difficult job in our hands. But in fairness, the boys played to the game plan. They tackled in packs, they let the ball go early to the forwards, and luckily today we had our shooting boots with us, and full credit to everyone concerned.
They all deserve the credit, yes. 15-man game, of course, but Benny Coulter was outstanding.
Yes, Benny has been outstanding all year long, and you just reminded me earlier on there that he has now scored 5 goals in the championship, and that is fantastic for a midfielder. Benny, to me, is a class act, and the satisfying thing about it is he's a great lad as well, and he's underage next year.
What did it mean to you personally? You've been manager a long time. You were quite emotional at the end. A Down man coming here and winning an All-Ireland.
Oh, I'm very proud Down man tonight. Very proud club man from Castlewellan. It's very hard to describe it. There's emotion, there's elation, there's satisfaction. It's all rolled in together. At the end of the day, sometimes you don't get what you deserve, but thankfully we're All-Ireland champions tonight.
And very quickly, the party tomorrow night. Where are the places to be in County Down? Castlewellan, of course.
Finishing Castlewellan at 10 o'clock. We'll see everyone there in Castlewellan tomorrow night.
I'll bet you're late, but I'm sure it'll be a party worth waiting for, Jackie.
Okay, Jerome.
Low down.
That went faster.
The line up at short. That's just me walking from you. Now if you go spot, the 5 is the line and then the rest of the bike.
Congratulations. Well done. Get in a wee second. I'm just going to put...